everybody, Piper Dandy here again, and today we're telling another tale of growing up dandy. So basically what I'm going to tell you guys today is the story of that sword that my dad has on the cover of the Ready as Hell album and also in that crazy Ready as Hell video. So the sword in question didn't go on the road with them at any point in time, so it was always at the house. Anyways, one of the nights that me and Mom were home alone, minding our own business, in a house in Black Oak that we like to call the Big House. It had a big circle driveway, so we called it the Big House. Anyways, long story short, everybody was gone because everybody was on the road, and it was just me and Mom, and it was late at night, and I remember it was summertime because I wasn't in school. I was probably about 8 years old, and 7 or 8, and the sword was there chilling like it always is. It was like on the wall, and all of a sudden my mom hears some noises. Well, long story short, there was a little hatch. Okay, just to give you a little backstory about the room. The room that my mom and dad had, like their master bedroom, it was like this big room, and it was a big square, and on one side of the room was like a built-in shelf wall, like it was built into the wall, and underneath the shelf wall there were like these like little cubby cabinets that you could open up and stick things in. Well, in one of the cubby cabinets, the first little cabinet, you could open it up and there was a little door, like a little cubby door, what looked to be like a little pet door, but instead it had like a little slide latch on it. Anyways, it was a little door that would go to the outside, and you could like literally like reach your arm out into the world and reach out there. And it was pretty big. It was like, I don't know, I guess a medium-sized dog, like a pit bull or something like that big, like a short but stocky dog could get through this little dog hole. Anyways, long story short, that's neither here nor there. I mean, I always thought it was weird, but I never thought why it was there or anything. I don't know, I was young, who cares? So there's this little like hatch. And it was odd, but hey, I mean, it's Black Oak, so there's not like much crime, you know? I mean, whatever. I mean, you lock your doors, I guess, because you're supposed to, but you didn't really need to. That town was completely safe, and no one was ever there doing anything bad, and everything was like really calm around there, so there was no like crime to worry about or anything like that. So I don't guess my mom or dad even thought about it being dangerous to have that little hatch, because it's such a chill place to live, like, you know, safety-wise. It's not like that hatch was in, you know, Chicago or Memphis or somewhere scary. It was in Black Oak, so meh, no big deal. Anyways, long story short, having to do with the hatch, my mom starts hearing weird noises, and she's like, "What's that sound?" And I'm like, "I don't hear anything." She turns the TV off, and she's like, "What's that sound?" And it was real late, and we had all the lights off. We were just watching TV in bed, and we hear something or someone messing with that hatch. And she was like, "I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do." And I was like, "I don't know what to do." And she's like, "I know what I'll do. I'll take the sword and I'll slide it in the along the wall where the hatch had like a little handle." And she put the tip of the sword in and through the handle of the latch. So once she figured out what it was, she slid the sword in the little handle, and the little hatch was going back and forth like someone was trying to open it, but no one could get it open because of that. The sword was in there. So she stuck the sword in there, and then she started calling people to come over. Long story short, people came over and noticed that there was like all kinds of like footprints, and someone had, you know, messed up the bush by the little hatch door, and someone was trying to get in our house. So the fact that my mom thought quick on her toes and grabbed that sword off the wall and stuck it into the little handle part of the little hatch, so that way nobody could get it open, was pretty fucking badass. And the fact that the sword was even there to begin with, and we had a random giant sword hanging out just like so we could, you know, have something to stick in there, was pretty rad too. So it's just funny that that sword in particular, that exact sword, actually saved my mom and I from a home invasion that night. But it's even crazier that there was even a home invasion in Black Oak because the town's so tiny. But I guess, you know, being the crazy family in town, you know, everybody knew where we lived and what house was ours. So I'm sure some idiot probably thought that we had a bunch of stuff in there that was cool and wanted to rob us. Well, my mom's a badass, and she wasn't having it that night. So thanks to that sword, we were not robbed. So that's another tale on growing up dandy, and I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, peace.